And gentlemen, the upgraded, redesigned RushLimbaugh.com app for iPhone and Android is taking the App Store by storm. I have been monitoring. If you go to the App Store on your iPhone, and it has to be the iPhone because this is an iPhone-specific app. The iPad will show you different things. But if you go to the App Store on the iPhone and you click on the search icon, it'll show you what's trending. And the RushLimbaugh.com app has been in the top 7 for the last 24 hours. It's floating there between number 3 and number 5. And I have been blown away by it. And I took a screenshot of that last night because I was so proud. And I sent it to my brother David. He said, "You mind if I tweet this?" And I said, "No, go ahead." I worried a little bit. I said, I don't want people thinking I'm hucksterism here. He said, they won't. So he tweeted it out. And the reaction he got, I was telling Snurdly today, he got tons of reaction from people who didn't know that we had an app. There were some people who were subscribers at RushLimbaugh.com who didn't know we had an app, and they were ecstatic and excited. They downloaded it, and they thought it was great. And David said to me, "See, you really don't do enough self-promotion." And I said, "That's because it makes me nervous." But he said, "But no, you're doing the wrong thing. These are people already listen to you, and you are offering them an additional service and a easier way to follow what happens on your program." And he's exactly right. So let me run through this again because we've redesigned the app. It is just the best. It is sharp. It is functional. It has been streamlined. It no longer looks like some penny saver newspaper that you'd find on the sidewalk outside a 7-Eleven. I mean, it really is top drawer. And I got an email yesterday from somebody who wanted to know if you have to be a subscriber. In other words, do you have to be a paid member to use the app? And you don't. The app has all kinds of things that are free. And you know what the biggest one is to me? Now, you may disagree once you get the app and down. The app is free. You download it. The transcripts of everything I say are available every day and in an archive. And everything is shareable. There's now a share sheet where you can message text or the links. You can email them to whatever. But the things I say here, the monologues and comments are transcribed, and those transcriptions are preserved both on the website and in the app. And it is in that way that what I say ends up being written or published. And you can reference that day's transcripts. And if you heard something you really like and you want to share it with somebody, you can. You can search the archive that goes way, way back. You can keyword search. In addition to the transcripts of everything said on the program, there are backup sources and links that I use to create what I said, the facts and so forth. And as I say, all of this can be shared. Social media sharing, email, messages, what have you. So whatever you find that's especially likable or brilliant that you want to pass on, it's easily shared. You can favorite your favorite transcripts within the app for future reference so that you don't have to find them constantly from the get-go each time. Now, you don't get the Ditto Cam and you don't get live audio streaming unless you become a member, but you do get a free video on demand channel. We've started posting some short Ditto Cam clips for non-members, and you can access, there's an extensive archive of TV appearances, my old television show from 1992 to 1996. It goes back years, and that's all free and shareable. And we've added AirPlay to the app so that if you have Apple TV and you're watching your iPad, something on video, you can throw it onto your Apple TV with AirPlay, which is really cool. And again, this is all free stuff. And then there's a station finder. Now, the station finder works two ways. You can search by city, or you can use the location services if you have them turned on. You can ask for stations nearby your current location that are carrying the Rush Limbaugh program. And there are going to be frequent updates to the app as it goes on. And it's simply rushlimbaugh.com. And the fast way to find it now is to go to the search icon on your iPhone in the App Store and you'll see Rush Limbaugh. Just tap on it. It'll take you right to the app. And, of course, there's even more if you want to become a member, but that's optional. There's no requirement that you pay anything. And the great thing about it, people say, Rush, you say a lot of stuff, but it's gone. It's in the ether once you say it. Yeah, but it's transcribed, folks. Everything I say, think of it as a massive number of columns or blog posts published each day after the program's over. We also have, everybody talks about podcasts. We were the first to do podcasts. We've been doing podcasts for I don't know how many years. Now, that's on the member side, too. But the podcasts are available 30 minutes after the program ends every day, and they are each hour of the program. Each hour is a podcast, and they're commercial-free. And you can get them on iTunes. You can get them directly from the RushLimbaugh.com website, however. But we've been trend-setting here for, I can't tell you, everybody's getting into these podcasts now. Now, the podcast is not a separate thing. It's just a recording of the radio program. But, I mean, that's the best I have to offer. So all of these things are there and optional. Again, the Ditto Cam and the audio-video streaming, you have to be a member for that. But as I say, it's totally optional. The amount of information is encyclopedic. That is free on the brand new RushLimbaugh.com app. And it's one of the best-looking apps. So it's been redesigned, and it's really, really sharp. And it's taken the App Store by storm. And I'm ecstatic about it. I owe the gratitude to all of you who are downloading it and learning to use it. And my brother said, you need to talk about this more because you never do and people don't know. So he's right. He's right. And that's it for today. We'll take a break and be back and continue after this. People say to me frequently, you need to go back on TV. People say to me, you need to have a newspaper column, or you need to turn part of your website into a blog with blog posts. And the truth is, greetings, my friends, and welcome back. You are tuned to the most listened to radio talk show in America. You are tuned to the most talked about radio program and talked about host in all of America. It is Friday, so
live from the Southern Command in sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
Yes, sirree. And we're going to get to the phones El Quico in this hour. 800-282-2882 if you want to be on the program again. Talk about whatever you want. Now, I was in the process of saying something when the program ended 1 minute early in the last hour. And it was something important. So, well, it was a follow-up on the new app. And it's not going to take long, folks. Bear with me. People tell me, and this isn't news, people say, Rush, you need to do more than radio. I mean, there's so much more you could be doing. You need to be on TV, okay? And Rush, you need to write newspaper columns. What you say needs to be written down. I mean, there's all kinds of websites that'll have to take you, blog posts, magazines. Rush, you need to start a blog on your website. Rush, you need to... Rush, you should do a podcast. We were the first to do podcasts. We were among the first. We are the technological leaders in all of broadcasting. I've been using the internet since before it existed to communicate with listeners and to acquire information, do show prep and so forth. With one radio program, we have blog posts and the equivalent of newspaper columns, and here's why. Everything I say is transcribed. Now, if you visit RushLimbaugh.com, the website, you know this, but now with the new app, everything I say is transcribed, therefore written down. This program produces encyclopedic quantity and quality every day. Every monologue is transcribed and thus printed at RushLimbaugh.com and now accessible for free on the new RushLimbaugh.com app. And each one of those is now shareable. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter. Every monologue features the web links and the sources I used in putting together the monologue, so you have the factual backup and the sources that I used to formulate my thoughts or opinions. But for example, yesterday I cited some work by the Dilbert cartoonist Scott Adams. Well, if Scott Adams had the app, he could find out what I said. He could share it to himself on his app and then tweet it out to his followers. You can take anything you hear that I say. It's now written down. I don't have to do a blog post. I already do it. I don't have to write a column. I do it every day, 3 hours a day. What happens on this radio show gets converted into all of those formats. Television with the Ditto Cam. Podcasts of the radio show without commercials. All of the transcripts equal, about blog posts, columns. It would be like writing 5 a day. And every one of them you can access and see, and if you particularly like it, share it to all your friends, spread the word, all from the app. And all of that is on the free side. Same thing at the website, rushlimbaugh.com. So that's what I was in the process of saying, wrapping up the hour when we cut out of here, unfortunately, a minute early.